I was one of the first women to do IVF when they first invented it in the mid-80s, because I am a DES baby, which was a drug that was invented to help women prevent miscarriages and morning sickness. I ended up doing none of those things, but they had tested the drug on women in Boston, where I'm from, and my mother was one of the people that they tested it on, because she fell down a flight of stairs with me. But needless to say, I never knew that I was not going to be able to have children. And when I started trying, it wasn't working. So they had just invented IVF earlier. And so my doctor here in Beverly Hills referred me to one of the top reproductive endocrinologists. And I did that, and I did it twice. And it didn't work because my uterus doesn't work, but nobody knew that. So I eventually, after I came out of my catatonic state of sadness about what do I do now, I actually had seen Bill Handel on 60 Minutes in 1980. And I knew that I had filed that information away about that Bill Handel had a surrogacy agency, and I thought, aha, I might need this someday, and I'm gonna remember this. And so years later, like 8 years later, 7 years later, I come to the place where I cannot have children and nothing has worked, and I felt that I had done everything I could do. I had walked out on the end of the limb of the tree and I was willing to jump, but it just didn't work. And as fate would have it, my late husband was an attorney, and he returned a business call on a case he was working on, and it ended up with Bill Handel by mistake. And he came home that night and told me that he had made an amazing wrong number phone call that day. And we were in Bill's office a week later at the Center for Surrogate Parenting, and we met with Bill and Hillary. And it was honestly the first time in the journey of those years that I felt like I was going to have children, and these two people were going to be the light at the end of my tunnel. And I know I've said that many times to people, but it was an amazing feeling to know that these two people here, I believed them, and I believed that what they were doing was going to be my answer. And it was. And I know after that meeting, I wanted to work here. I remember I was working in the film business. I had a lot of fun. I did a lot of glamorous things that lots of people thought were lots of cool fun. But it didn't really benefit my real life. And when I met Bill and Hillary, it just spoke to me. And I thought, this is what I need to be doing. This fit. And it fit my passion, and it fit who I am, and it fit what I wanted in life. And they told me at the time that I would need to just calm down and wait until maybe I had actually had a child before I started working for them. But I really swear, I think I would have showed up the week later, ready to go. So in 1990, our daughter Lily was born, and I had been asked if I would be in a documentary that was being filmed for the BBC, which I did. And it sort of, I think, became a natural progression of, oh, would you do that? Okay, could you do this? And I just, I did media for them, and I did basically whatever I could. And eventually, I started working with other couples who needed help and direction and support, and I eventually became a member of the staff here. And I can honestly tell you that in addition to having my 2 children, it was one of the best things I have ever done as far as me. And it's because I love what I do, because I understand why it's needed. And I understand the help that other people need to have. And so I love my work because I believe in being a good person on the planet and doing good work. And if you can, and if you get so lucky in life to love what you do, I'm one of those people who loves what I do.